What's up guys, Mike here, and today we really don't have much time to waste because we have an incredible revenge moment from every single team in the NBA. So really, I feel like that's self-explanatory. I just want to get started, which means we are looking at the Atlanta Hawks, and at this point in time, the city of New York is readily waiting for a revenge game on Trae Young, but that's only because of how much Trae Young has gotten into New York City's heads after getting revenge of his own in a very fast and loud manner. As last season in the 2021 NBA playoffs, the 5th-seeded Hawks would steal home court advantage from the 4th-seeded Knicks in Madison Square Garden, and immediately we had a new New York villain. As while the Knicks would rebound and win Game 2, Trae let Knicks fans know, "I'll be back."
Everybody's got their phone out recording this. Trae looking around said, "You know what? I'll be back here Wednesday night. Don't you worry."
And he would, as the Hawks would not only take the next 2 games to make this a 3-1 series, but in Game 5, Trae would do this.
Capella now sets the screen. Here's Young banking it home. Here's Young with the scoop. Here comes the standing ovation in appreciation of the Knicks season. As Young fires from way downtown and takes a bow.
Trae would finish with 36 points and a bow that has Knicks fans chanting Trae Young during their daughter's soccer games. Trae eliminated the Knicks during the 2021 playoffs with this performance, and from here, Atlanta would become the surprise team of the playoffs, reaching the Eastern Conference Finals. And like I said, Knicks fans are now waiting for their own revenge on Trae. Changing gears here, when looking back at the 1978 NCAA championship game between Larry Bird and Indiana State versus Magic Johnson and Michigan State, when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson first matched up, yes, the hype was incredible. It was the most watched college basketball game of all time. But also in this game, one thing would pretty much be established. Head-to-head in championship moments, Magic has the edge on Bird. In the NCAA finals, Michigan State would smack Indiana State, and the farm boy Larry Bird was sent not home, but to the Boston Celtics, where one of the greatest rivalries in sports would continue. And while the Lakers would get the best of Bird more in his career, the 1984 finals would give us this. As with the Lakers up 2 and with the ball in Game 2,
worst comes to worst, the Celtics will have to foul, and there's a steal by Henderson who lays it up and in. Magic Johnson keeps looking inside. 2 seconds, 1 second, and they don't get it off. The Lakers don't get a shot off. Here's Scott Webben from the corner. Wilkes has it, 13. Loose ball, and the Celtics have it. And now the Lakers have regained the ball. McAdoo, steal. And the Boston Celtics, if they hold on, will win it.
All in all for this series, Larry Legend averaged 27.4 points and 14 rebounds a game, and for the first time in a championship setting, got his revenge in his lifetime win against Magic Johnson.
But before we continue, guys, I am very excited to say that this video is sponsored by NBA Top Shot, and the reason I'm very excited to work with NBA Top Shot is that I have been a part of NBA Top Shot independently without them reaching out to me since basically the beginning. So just in general here, NBA Top Shot is the officially licensed NFT of the NBA, and Top Shot moments are that, NFT moments. But what's really cool about Top Shot is that while with some NFTs you get pictures, right? Even with a regular trading card, you have a picture of a player, but with NBA Top Shot, you get a moment from that player's career. That is your NFT trading card. That is your moment. And guys, if you didn't know, a moment NFT is a digital collectible that brings together on-court video, heroic action shots, game stats, and guaranteed authenticity, all secured by the blockchain. So to sum things up here, these moments display the most epic video highlights from the NBA's past and present. Now, these moments do come from packs, and when you buy that pack, when you get those moments, or when you go to the marketplace and buy a specific moment, and side note, the marketplace for NBA Top Shot has become kind of like the stock market for the NBA. If that is what piques your interest, millions of dollars of NFTs are traded back and forth between tens of thousands of NBA fans. So that is incredible. But getting back to the moments, you may have seen something like, oh, you bought this moment, but I can just get it for free right here. But just like an NBA trading card, with that, you could technically print out the photo that is on the trading card, and you would own the exact same photo. With NBA Top Shot, you own that moment. One of my favorite moments that I own is LeBron James' first ever game winner, and my serial number for that purchase is number 25. One day in my virtual man cave, you can be sure here, I'm going to be pointing to that highlight and not only saying I own one of 10,000 of these in the world, that is it. I own number 25. And right now, investors into Top Shot include Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant, and players that are using Top Shot include Tyrese Halliburton and Cole Anthony. So guys, I would highly suggest signing up for NBA Top Shot today and starting out with a starter pack. In that starter pack, you can pull an NFT of an NBA superstar like LeBron or Kevin Durant, or a rookie superstar like Cade Cunningham or Evan Mobley. That starter pack is $9, and guys, I highly suggest going and grabbing yourself one. Every starter pack comes with a chance of an ultra rare NFT. All you have to do is click the link in my description and sign up for NBA Top Shot and get your starter pack for $9, and then you are on your way to collecting some of the best moments in NBA history. Again, I love Top Shot, so this was awesome. Thank you, Top Shot, for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back into the video.
As for the Nets, I will just say this is the most complicated to me revenge moment on this list, because I love Vince Carter. I think he became such a great teammate at the end of his career, but take a look at the difference in his stats in the 2005 season. When he was on the Raptors, he averaged 15.9 points a game on 41% shooting. With the Nets, he put up 27.5 points a game on 46% shooting. So it is very clear Vince did give up on the Raptors when he demanded a trade, and because of this, Toronto fans showered him with boos when he came back to the city that once loved him. Only it was Vince who would get his revenge in 2 ways.
Carter up top. Carter! Carter! Oh, no!
On to the Charlotte Hornets, we have a straight up revenge play between 2 NBA All-Stars right now, LaMelo Ball and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And as you can see, the Hornets need a shot to tie this game, and Melo has the ball.
It's always a danger. And LaMelo Ball! Oh, wow! Gives them the lead. A career-high night.
But on the other end, oh no, here was MVP level Giannis to provide a semi-welcome to the league moment for a young star.
They would love to get in the ball on the move, coming downhill, or stay out of the way and play 4-on-4. There he is, coming downhill. Out to Giannis!
After this game, the two would exchange jerseys, everything was cool, but wouldn't you know it, LaMelo would soon enough have a chance for revenge, as just about a month later in January of this season, yup, he drains it, and then on the other end, to complete the revenge in such a short amount of time, the Hornets would force a turnover and win this Groundhog Day type scenario. Going on to my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls. We all know the stories about the bad boy Pistons and how they used to bully Michael Jordan, and then finally, Jordan rose up and got revenge, and the Pistons walked off the court without shaking hands because the GOAT had defeated his final challenge on the way to his destiny. A pretty incredible feat, I will say, but staying with Mike, because watch here as Dikembe Mutombo forgets who he is talking to.
Dikembe, forget you haven't got me yet.
Huh?
Mike,
Don't even try it.
you want me to go call Scotty?
You have to call Scotty. He never dunked on you. He never put you on the highlight.
No.
As you just heard, Dikembe really went and gave it to Mike, and Mike said, okay, cool, and proceeded to do this.
And batted into the hands of Jordan. Longley with a great feed to Michael Jordan, who went backdoor, and the Bulls look like they're ready to move on.
The disrespect. Dikembe's signature move, the finger wag in his face. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this video right now, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and turn on post notifications. I make videos just like this one. We're currently right in the middle of the NBA playoffs. It is really the perfect time to subscribe and to turn on post notifications. Plus, the goal here is 2 million subscribers. I would love for you to join the road to that. Anyways, hope you're enjoying the video, and for now, let's get back into that video. And so, of course, because we have Michael Jordan, we also have LeBron James. It just makes sense. In the 2016 season, the Golden State Warriors went 73-9, but as Scottie Pippen famously pointed out, it doesn't mean a thing without a ring. But up 3-1 in the NBA Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, it certainly seemed like Golden State was about to lock in one of, if not the greatest seasons of all time only. After an altercation with LeBron, Draymond Green was suspended for Game 5 of these finals. Then, in response to this, Clay told the media that,
obviously, people have feelings, and people's feelings get hurt even if they're called a bad word. I guess his feelings just got hurt.
I think it was best to leave the beast alone here. In the final 3 games of this NBA Finals, LeBron would average 36.3 points, 11.7 rebounds, 9.7 assists, 3 blocks, and 3 steals a game while shooting over 50% from the field. In games 5 and 6, the Cavs easily took down the Warriors, and then in game 7,
Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
LeBron would get the ultimate revenge on a team that he battled time and time again in the 2010 era. He had just lost to the Warriors in the finals before. I'm sure this one felt great for him. Transitions are just magnificent here. As for the Dallas Mavericks back in 2006, many felt the Mavericks were robbed of a championship, as in the 2006 NBA Finals against the Heat, the Mavs were called for foul after foul as they watched Dwayne Wade destroy them from the foul line on the way to the Heat winning a title. Then came the very next season when Dirk would win MVP, the Mavs would finish as the 1 seed in the West, and they would lose in the first round of the playoffs. So to say that Dirk had a chip on his shoulder headed into the 2011 NBA Finals against the Miami Heat again would be an understatement. To add on to this, during the 2011 NBA Finals, a video surfaced of LeBron and Dwayne Wade fake coughing, as if to say that Dirk pretended to be sick during a big-time Game 4 performance. Dirk would later say this video bothered him, and at the time, Bleacher Report would say the video was taped before Game 5 and the Heat lost the game. The Heat don't seem to be focused on basketball, and the video could be evidence of that. Ultimately, Dirk would get the last laugh here, as the Mavericks would win these finals in 6 games, while Dirk was named NBA Finals MVP. For a team like Denver, I'm interested to see if Jokic has some revenge games coming in the near future, but as for recent, we're going to go with the duel between the Nuggets' Jamal Murray and the Utah Jazz's Donovan Mitchell in the first round of the 2020 NBA playoffs. This series would give us tons of incredible moments, but overall, everything would come down to this in Game 7. First, Murray would come up huge.
Jamal Murray, he pulls up and banks it home. Murray got into Gobert's chest and made the shot.
And then to finish the series off,
Jokic against Gobert. Backs him down. Gobert stays on his feet. Tough shot. Made it. Jokic giving Denver a 2-point lead.
And overall, in this first round win, it would be Jamal Murray who would lead the Nuggets in scoring, as while Donovan Mitchell of the Jazz scored 57 points in Game 1 and 51 points in Game 4, Murray would put up 50 himself in Game 4, 42 in Game 5, and then 50 again in Game 6. Up for the Detroit Pistons, we have a breath of fresh air, just a simple heated argument to start things off here between Grant Hill and Alonzo Mourning. We don't have to make this one too hard. There's not much more to this than
Mourning went down.
Good screen on it. They got tangled up, and then Grant just tackled him.
Grant drives and a thunder dunk. Pounded and a foul.
That about says it all right there.
And you know what? The Golden State Warriors, with all of their past success, have been the team that everyone has been trying to get revenge on lately. So let's stick with just another straight in the moment, or at least in the same playoff series, revenge. Because in the first round of the playoffs against the Warriors, JaVale McGee would start things off like this.
7 on the shot clock for the Nuggets. McGee! Oh! What a slam!
However, fast forward to just Game 4, and when his time came for revenge, Andrew Bogut was ready.
During the season.
Continuing on here, the 1995 regular season was a great time to be David Robinson. The year before, he had won a scoring title after dropping a casual 71 points in the final game of the regular season. Then in 1995, he was the MVP, and with Jordan gone, he had a real chance at the NBA title. Only the man he beat for that MVP was not exactly happy. Yes, for the Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon would get his revenge for this MVP decision in a huge way. Because you see, Hakeem felt as if he had been slighted. He felt that David Robinson was not even in his league. And so, in the Western Conference Finals, Hakeem would hold the MVP Robinson to under 45% shooting, while Hakeem, he put on a masterclass. He averaged 35.3 points, 12.3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4.2 blocks a game against the man the media had proclaimed was the best in the NBA. What a statement, and the Rockets would go on to win the title. As for the Indiana Pacers, we have one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. And with this one, we do have a revenge that takes place in the same game again, but this time, things are a little different. Because if you didn't know, in MSG, Knicks superfan and film director Spike Lee got into it with opposing opposing players quite a bit. He still does, and with the case of Reggie Miller in Game 5 of the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals, Reggie would score 39 points, but it almost wasn't enough, and Spike let him have it. All game Spike was in his ear, letting him know that this was the Knicks' time only. Reggie just wouldn't let it happen, and the Pacers would win. Did you think that this was the big game I was talking about? No, the Pacers would actually lose this series in 1994, and it was the Knicks who would reach the finals, which made Game 1 of the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals all the more sweeter. That was when the Pacers pulled out a win because of this.
Miller for three, and he got it. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again. Starks misses. Batted around. Ewing has it. His shot, no good. Reggie Miller the rebound and a foul with 7.5 seconds.
Like Indiana's win in Game 1 at Orlando last year.
Miller hits two. Anthony stumbles and falls. Time runs out. Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in the final 32 seconds.
Here we are, the section you've all been waiting for, or at least one of the most watched sections of these videos, the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, certainly throughout history, we have had moments like Kobe getting revenge on the Celtics and winning a title, but everyone knows those moments. So instead, let's jump into something you may never have seen, because while Shaq may have been a huge part of the Lakers' success, I'm sure there were some Lakers fans who did not mind see him getting dunked on after he left. And here we have a rookie Andrew Bynum, a player who would grow to become a pivotal piece of the Lakers' title teams with Kobe and Pau Gasol.
Williams passed out of three, shoots the two. Oh, and Shaquille O'Neal with the stuff over Andrew Bynum.
But watch on the other end.
Bynum will remember for the rest of his life.
Yes, he will. Went right back at him.
This was amazing to see, and it was a moment that truly showed the changing of guard that was happening in front of our eyes. A changing of the guard has never taken place with the Los Angeles Clippers, not to say they haven't tried, and just for Clippers fans everywhere here, I want to give you the following plays to remember when you think about the Lakers and their success compared to yours.
Boy left wide open. Griffin, oh, wow! Incredible rebound putback. Butler now in the wing. Balls for the screen. Two-man game. Blake Griffin explodes on Gasol.
Heading back to a recent player with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Especially for a guy that's having this kind of year.
Bradley fouls Morant. They get tied up. And now getting into it on the floor.
Then, not even 2 minutes later.
Morant weaving, spinning, scooping, and scoring. Oh, wow.
We're continuing on. Remember the 2011 Mavericks team that I already mentioned that took down LeBron in the NBA Finals? Did I mention that Jason Terry was a big part of those Mavericks? That is important because of this.
Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, Cole, James! Whoa! And a technical foul called.
LeBron, that was the wrong guy, man. You were looking for JJ Barea. I would also say LeBron's revenge over the Celtics was pretty great, but that's more of a LeBron thing, not a Heat thing. Moving away from the Miami Heat to the Milwaukee Bucks, in 2020, we did have both a team slight and a player slight. As headed into a second round matchup against the Miami Heat, the Bucks were the #1 seed and Giannis was the league's MVP. Miami was not expected to win this one, so after Giannis was held to under 22 points per game as the Heat annihilated the Bucks in 5 games, people questioned both if Giannis was a true star in the playoffs and if Milwaukee would ever win a title with him. Then, the very next season, the Bucks would sweep the Heat in the first round of the playoffs on the way to winning a title. That whole narrative changed very fast. Meanwhile, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, if Anthony Edwards does not end his career with a huge revenge moment, I'll be shocked. As for things that have actually happened, what do you think happens next? The New York Knicks have not had much playoff success as of late, but at least they have had Carmelo Anthony. And so with Shane Battier, one of the better wing defenders of the 2000s, saying Melo was not hard to guard, well, I'll just say more than Melo took exception to that statement. But it was Melo who had New York City's back, as in an absurd performance.
Tyson Chandler screening high to kick it to Anthony, and why not from 3? He's done it again with 4 seconds. with 3 on the shot clock. Anthony knocks it down just as time had expired on the shot clock. That gives him 50 points now. Carmelo Anthony with 50.
You just watched Melo drop a 50 piece on Shane Battier's head on only jumpers. So I have to say, Shane, sure, Melo might not have been hard for you to guard or at least stay in front of here, but he was impossible to stop. For the New Orleans Pelicans, let's talk about DeMarcus Cousins, because recently Boogie made waves when he said Sacramento did nothing for him, but if you look at that interview, he was really venting about the Kings firing Mike Malone, which to be fair was a horrible move both at the time and in hindsight, so I really don't blame him about venting about that. So at least in Cousins' return to Sacramento, if he did feel some kind of way, he took out any frustrations as he finished the night with a monster 41 points and 23 rebounds. Remember that Draymond Green kick? Well, somehow for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it is back, but this time twice aimed at Steven Adams. Adams did not let this go.
The lead is 7 for the Thunder. Adams, the extension, dunk.
For the Orlando Magic, I am actually very sorry. Let me know what play I missed in the comments, please, if any, so I could add it to a future video. I looked everywhere. I dug, I swear. I will say I am waiting on a Markelle revenge tour, though. For the Philadelphia 76ers, we have a short but very sweet one here, because back in 1982, Magic won his second ring against the 76ers, and then just 1 season later, Philly came back out for blood. In a finals rematch, Philly would get revenge in the biggest way, winning the 1983 NBA Finals in a sweep. Moses Malone for the series would put up a dominating 25.8 points and 18 rebounds a game. This is something Lakers fans love to forget. Now in Phoenix, were you expecting some kind of Steve Nash MVP revenge on the Mavs? Well, that could certainly be the best, but personally, I love this lesser known story. This of course would happen to the Kings, by the way. Anyway, for his career, Tony Delk would average 9.1 points per game, but once you are let go by the Sacramento Kings, you might gain some sort of superpowers. As in the year 2000, Tony would average 6.4 points per game for the Kings, and so they let him go. The very next season against the Kings, Tony did this. Before this game, Tony Delk's career high was 26 points. After, it was 53. Poor Kings fans, man. For the Portland Trail Blazers, you probably remember this shot by Damian Lillard that both sent the Thunder home and ended an era. What you might forget is that this is one of the only ones where a team did not get revenge on another team or player. They got revenge on the media. The year before the shot in 2018, the Blazers were swept by the Pelicans in the first round of the playoffs and were counted out by so many people. So many people, in fact, that when Charles Barkley said before 2019 that the Blazers would make the NBA Finals, everyone literally laughed at him. And yes, the Blazers did not make the NBA Finals, but they did make the Western Conference Finals, which was enough to prove the point that you should never count out Damian Lillard. As for the Sacramento Kings situation, it is the same as the Orlando Magic. I'm sorry about that, but we are waiting for a De'Aaron Fox revenge game, possibly on Alonzo Ball. As a Bulls fan, maybe not. Rolling through this list, we are at the San Antonio Spurs, and we are in the 2014 NBA Finals. Now, after losing the NBA Finals in the previous year to Miami in 7 games, you may remember that Ray Allen shot that kind of saved the series. The Spurs would win this series in 5 games. And so while in general, the Spurs winning in 5 games is revenge in itself, I would say that the best form of this revenge comes in Manu Ginobili's dunk. Just watch this.
Bosh tries a 3. Can't connect. Bosh just 2 of 6. The Heat have gone cold. Ginobili on the finish. Flushes it with the left hand.
Yes, old man Manu at the time dunked on Chris Bosh and would go on to say, "This was a very special play for me. I had a lot of disappointment. I was hurt because of what happened the year before." And you could see he took that hurt out on Chris Bosh's head. Speaking of dunks, watch here as Timothy Mozgov posterizes my boy DeMar DeRozan in 2011. DeMar did not forget though. 2 years later, in 2013, Mozgov was now in the Nuggets, but DeMar was up in the air.
Toronto, a sign of holding Denver to 21 points. Good early on and overtime. The Denver Nuggets, DeMar DeRozan throws it down.
And the end of this video just is full of dunks, or at least dunk attempts, because we have the Utah Jazz.
Wiggins. That's all that needed to be said on that is wow.
After Andrew Wiggins dunked on him, Wiggins tried to dunk again, and this happened.
About the organization, just don't do that.
Wiggins looking for another one. That time Gobert wins the battle.
He flexed on Andrew too.
Yes, Rudy said no, and we are at our final team, guys, the Washington Wizards, where we have an actually really cool story because Gilbert Arenas really wanted to be on the 2006 Olympic USA basketball team. He was, for off-court reasons I have read, not chosen for that roster after averaging over 29 points per game. And so the very next season, he made it his personal mission to get revenge on those who had wronged him. That included this performance.
Here's Arenas. Gilbert drives on Marion, draws a foul, and he scores! How do you like that? He is spectacular. Gilbert pulls the trigger. Got another one! Gilbert Arenas, a 2-point field goal. He has 51 points in the game. Fires. Too strong. I got it off the glass!
A 54-point game on a Suns team that had Mike D'Antoni coaching them, a man who Gilbert felt did not choose him for the Team USA roster. Gilbert would also score 60 points this season on the Lakers, something that for some reason I felt was important. All right, guys, there you have it. 30 teams. If you're still here at the end, please comment down below, and please comment down below what video you want to see next in this 30-team format. For now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, guys, and cue that music.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. I mean, personally, I think the one on the left might be more your style, but the one on the right looks pretty awesome too. Click one, let me know what you think. And again, have an awesome day.